We evolved telling each other stories, and the useful stories would stick. But today, we're sharing for an algorithm, not necessarily for each other, not for the community. We're sharing for likes, views, clicks. It's lost its soul, and it's not natural. Here we are in beautiful nature. Nature has been adapting and surviving and taking in information from its surroundings in order to reproduce and survive in the world. I mean, look at all these trees around us. They've figured out how to survive based on nature. They're here because it's a climate that suits them. The information that nature gives them is what allows them to thrive. And look at us human beings now. We are evolving with social media. It's this powerful new tool that lets us send information at the speed of light. But right now, the flow of information is intermediated by these companies that do not have our best interest in mind. Our information, our identities, and our content belong to big tech, to these platforms that we're spreading our message on. And that's the only way that it was available to be done. And these platforms that they've built are beautiful and powerful, and maybe even too powerful. These platforms can cut you off with one click, one person you offended. They own your total upside. They own all your potential. We've seen sitting presidents get kicked off. We've seen misinformation flow. But who gets to define the misinformation? You or me? No. Just some humans sitting at the top of these big tech platforms. Whoever controls the algorithms basically controls the world. They control what people see. They're programming people. And some may say that it actually has an effect on free will. If we only get fed this certain information because we're more bound to engage with it and think it's true, it's affecting the way we interact with the daily world. It's affecting our worldviews. It's affecting everything. It's even affecting how we create. What's going to pop? What's going to go viral? How can I create in such a way that the algorithm will serve my content to the audience? Because that's what lines the pockets of big tech. Is that inherently evil? I don't know. Look at Mr. Beast. His thing is, I got to keep my users engaged every single second. So what comes out of that? Highly entertaining slop. And now he's one of the most powerful guys in the world. You could argue that it is art, but is it? And at what cost? Your time is your most valuable asset. And we're spending so much of it on the screen because everything is so addicting. And it's designed to be that way because it's what's going to get you more fame, more popularity, more clicks, more opportunity, and more money. But it's distorting the signal. Information used to spread just person to person, and what was important the word would get out. But now it's like whatever causes some kind of reaction inside of us is what gets amplified by these algorithms. And this begs to ask the question, are you really just a creator, a sovereign being inside their network? Or are you just like this cog, this inventory for their game, for their zoo that they've created? But just as nature evolves, so is social media. Now we have protocols like Nostr. The app that I'm building is called Primal, and it's built on top of Nostr. So how is it different? You actually own your identity on there. You get what's called a public and a private key pair. With this public and private key pair, you can enter any app built in the Nostr ecosystem. Now, I like to think of it as a much more organic social media. And I think it's a natural evolution as we learn the potential downsides of communicating through corporations that don't have our best interests in mind. Now we can do that in ways that everybody can participate in. Everybody can host the data. Anybody can decide to run what are called relays that host and store your data so that there's not one central point of failure. And so it's my belief that nature has created Nostr. You know, in nature, I can just choose to look where I want to look. On the internet, everything's just vying for my attention. Algorithms are useful. They help us see and discover content. But when you don't have choice into what type of algorithms that you're using, then you're easily programmed and manipulated because these algorithms are designed to learn you and feed you what you want to see so you stay there. Think about the way information should spread. Should it spread because a corporation thinks it's important? Or should it spread because you and your tribe thinks it's important? On Primal, that's how it works. You'll see what's important because your community will be reposting it. Nostr stands for Notes and Other Stuff Transmitted by Relays. It's really just a more sovereign way to communicate and share information online. In this ecosystem, you can choose which algorithm might serve you. And the beauty of all this is, as the way we communicate is evolving with Nostr, our money is also evolving. Gold was the best money over millennia. And now we've figured out how to digitalize gold, just as we figured out how to digitalize communication. And with Nostr, you can directly earn money, Bitcoin, with your posts. There's no middleman, no gatekeepers. It's just you and your audience, and you can directly monetize. Instead of them monetizing you because you are the product, you are now this sovereign being sharing and earning directly from your audience. It's beautiful. So Primal is a place for sovereign creators. You can monetize your audience directly with what's called Zaps, which are micropayments of Bitcoin. You can post without pressure because there's no central algorithms that you have to play in order to get your content to your audience. The algorithms are opt-in, so you have sovereignty and control over what you see. The algorithms are also transparent. We know how they work. With Primal, the signal gets amplified more naturally. If your friend thinks something's important, they can repost it and you'll see that. It's not just force-fed into your feed. So now you can post without pressure and not accidentally waste your time doom scrolling or just scrolling. For me, I get fed surfing videos over and over because they know I like to watch that. And I wish I could turn it off. So it's my belief that sharing more organically in a sovereign manner will lead us back to truth, to signal. And it'll filter out the noise. It'll filter out the distractions. If you're tired of all this, like I know I am, come join Primal. Come find your tribe, invite your friends over, and spread information that resonates with you. And if you appreciate somebody else who's spreading information or sharing content that you like, you can actually send it the world's best money, Bitcoin. This is something that wasn't possible before in legacy social media because people are using different banks around the world. Now we have a digitally native money that we can send to each other with the click of a button. So if you're tired of the endless doom scrolling and trash put into your feed, join Primal. You have more control over what you see. You decide which algorithms to use, and you actually own yourself on the internet. So stay sovereign, my friends. Pura vida. Can't be sleeping on Nostr. You wake up and there's a new feature in one of the other apps. Here we go, Primal finally integrated live streams. Check it out, Zaps, comments. But the cool part is, it's Nostr, so it's an open network. That means anybody can pick up the live stream and view it. You can view it in whatever app you please. And here, for example, I could comment from Primal's account in another app, in Fountain. And then another example, in Nostr. You can see the same comments, the same Zaps, and it's just a different interface. And one more example for fun, you can see it in Zap.stream, the original streaming platform on Nostr. So it's beautiful to see. Something I like about Primal is you can see the whole top Zaps board and streaming Bitcoin to live streams. How cool is this? What a time to be alive. Pura vida. All right, hold on, I'm not done. The age of free speech, trust me, bro, is over. Why? Because Nostr, you don't have to ask for permission. You can even self-host a stream and broadcast and be picked up by all the Nostr apps. Oh, one of them wants to kick you off? Fine, you're visible everywhere else, and that'd probably be disadvantageous for that app because they might lose potential customers by going somewhere else. Don't you see it? It's time to stop complaining and for people to actually put their digital selves into ecosystems where they're actually in control and where they own their identity and content. It's so cool. What a time to be alive. Pura vida.